Hey guys, Cards to Cash here, and I want to talk about an awesome eBay sale I had over the weekend. Not because it was a huge amount of money, not because I'm getting some enormous profit, but because of how the buyer bought them and the players they bought. I think it really speaks to why I love selling sports cards. This is it's fun. This is what makes this hobby or side hustle or full-time job fun. So here's the cards. They're Rookies and Stars, and the year is 2021. So this is not like the most sought after brand. It's not Mosaic, it's not Prism, but they have a very distinct card design. And more importantly, he bought 2 Kyle Trask cards and a Darren Waller card. So Darren Waller, as you probably know, had a really bad season. Had some amazing years, but last year, I think he probably only had 25 or 30 catches. He had injury stuff, and he's a player with a spotty history. So there are some people who have totally written him off. He was traded to the Giants. So the Giants, prior to this year, I think, had Evan Ingram at tight end, who physically and stylistically is very similar to Darren Waller. He had some amazing stats. Last year, the Giants did pretty decent with, I think, Daniel Bellinger was their tight end, but he doesn't have the physical strengths and speed that Darren Waller has. To me, he thinks that these 2 guys are going to blow up next year. And I think that's so cool because it's like the game within the game of selling cards. You know, you can go for just the arbitrage, or you can try to invest in players that you think are going to blow up next year, or you just want to have some kind of connection to. Now, Kyle Trask, he's the incumbent backup above Blaine Gabbert for the Buccaneers, and obviously behind Tom Brady. I don't know if you guys have been living underneath a rock for the past 6 months, but Tom Brady's retired, and they recently signed or traded. I think they signed for Baker Mayfield. It wasn't a trade because he was on a short-term deal with the Rams. Baker Mayfield is a charismatic guy who has high football IQ, but is not nearly as physically gifted as Kyle Trask in terms of what a prototypical quarterback is going to look like. Kyle Trask is 6'5", 240, much younger, much better arm talent. But Baker Mayfield is, he has moxie, he has charisma, he can get a team behind him. This guy, I assume, is saying that Baker is going to shit the bed down there in Tampa. And Florida boy, who went to Florida for college football, Kyle Trask, is going to come in and just steal the show. That's awesome. I love looking at cards and getting an idea of what a collector thinks is going to happen in the next football season, because we're months away from NFL football. But I still love seeing the machinations of the investor and the collector at work. So small cash value sale. He bought all 3 of these from me, and I love that too, because then he gets a discount and I save money on shipping and processing fees. And it just really, in a nutshell, sums up what I love and what makes me passionate about selling sports cards, in my case, football cards on eBay. So thanks for watching. If this kind of video related to you at all, subscribe and give it a thumbs up, because this is what I talk about, just, from a hobbyist collector standpoint, selling cards on eBay.